Angel Reese says WNBA players could go on strike over salary and benefits.
Career you choose, you should probably look at what the career earnings are of going into that field. What I'll also say is this: every single one of you WNBA players, you better pray that Caitlin Clark doesn't get injured, because she's keeping your league afloat.
If we don't get paid what we deserve, we'll sit out. That's the bold, and let's be honest, seemingly delusional line. Angel Reese dropped that, sent social media into a frenzy, and not in the way she probably hoped. The backlash came quick, but none hit. Harder than Patrick Bet David, who didn't just clap back. He dismantled her argument with surgical precision and a mountain of financial facts. And trust me, once you hear the full truth behind this mess, you'll never look at Angel's tantrum the same. Weigh again the...
What's coming this year will still be on the rookie contract again. The ones that the year after, they gonna get more. They probably gonna be making more than us. No, they are.
Who's that?
I'm hurt.
They are. Like, yeah. I've been in the meetings. They are.
I need to get in the. I need to get in the field.
You need to come to the meetings.
I gotta get in the meetings because I'm hearing like, yeah, they don't give us. If y'all don't give us what we want, like, we sit out.
That's a possibility for real.
Here's what's going on. Angel Reese, known as the Bayou Barbie and now a professional basketball player, is pushing for WNBA players to sit out if they don't start getting paid more. Keep in mind, she's still working on finding her rhythm on the court, and now she's talking about shutting down the league. Patrick Bet David's reaction? A mix of disbelief and amusement, and honestly, it's hard to blame him.
I love watching her highlights of missing shots. She's got to be the worst shooter you've met in your life. But go, Rob, just go, give this feedback. Give this feedback here. Go for it.
Season 2, I can't wait to work with you some more. The biggest advice I have for you is going to be how you shoot your layups, period.
Layups? Bang! What do you mean? She's our double-double queen! Bang! What they say, if it's broke, don't fix it! Bang! Teaching Angel Reese to make a layup is like teaching an old dog a new trick. It ain't gonna work! Bang! Hey, welcome to McDonald's. What can I get you? Have the Angel Reese McBang!
Let's break down exactly what Angel had to say.
Paid. Possibility. Reese has been vocal about her low WNBA salary, revealing her $74,000 a year salary doesn't cover rent, stating on Instagram Live, "I just hope you know that the WNBA doesn't pay my bills at all. I don't even think they pay one of my bills." Reese's financial struggles stem from WNBA salary not matching her past earnings, as her NIL valuation at LSU was $1.8 million, bolstered by deals with Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and Coach, while a 4-year rookie deal was $324,000 with $74,000 due next season.
I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills. Let me do the math real quick.
He might cover that. Yeah,
it
definitely covers that.
What is my, I don't even know my...
Angel shared that she's making around $74,000 during her rookie season in the WNBA and claims it's not even enough to cover rent in Chicago. Now, for most people, $74,000 sounds like a pretty good salary, but Angel's acting like she's barely getting by. The funny part? This is the same athlete who pulled in close to $1.8 million while at LSU, thanks to big endorsement deals with brands like Reebok, PlayStation, McDonald's, and many others, all while building her fame more through social media buzz than actual on-court performance.
Non-basketball sustained her, especially since the WNBA's $200 million revenue last season only allocated 9.3% to salaries, unlike the NBA's 50% share of the $5.3 billion in 2023. Adam, thoughts?
No, my rent is more than that. It's $8,000. I'm living beyond my means.
Angel is currently signed to a 4-year rookie contract worth around $324,000, which breaks down to about $81,000 a year. That's less than 5% of what she made during her college days as a social media star. It's no surprise she once said, "Hating pays the bills," because honestly, her Instagram posts are bringing in more money than her game stats. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is out there shaping the future of women's basketball, while Angel seems more focused on building her brand, even if her performances on the court are still a work in progress.
This is the greatest Angel Reese layup you'll ever see. Here we go with the dump up, ba-da-dum-bum-bum. I'm loving it. Burn! Oh, she getting jiggy with it. Look at that, crisscross, zigging-zagging through the lane. Giddy up, yeehaw! Burn! Now I heard she's ambidextrous. That makes sense, because she's equally doggy doo-doo with the right and left-handed layup. Bang! Professional basketball player needing to work on her layups is like a fish needing to learn how to breathe underwater. It doesn't make sense! Reese's Puffs!
Patrick was completely floored. Not because Angel is actually hurting for money. With all her endorsement deals, she's probably doing just fine, but because of how bold her demand was. She's asking for bigger paychecks from a league that, believe it or not, still isn't profitable. Patrick made a simple point. In the real world, when a business keeps losing money year after year, it doesn't give out raises. It hands out layoffs. That's when Adam Snick stepped in with even more facts, and things really started heating up.
And what's her name? Angel Reese? Do it! I fully support your right to strike. So other sports have done it. So other major sports have done it. Here's a quick list for you, PBD. I put this together. Biggest sports strikes in history. 1994, the MLB strike. It was the first time that the World Series was canceled.
I remember.
You remember that? In 1998, the NBA went on strike. They canceled the All-Star game for the first time. The NFL has gone on strike multiple times. 1982, 1987, 2011.
Adam pointed out that yes, leagues like the MLB, NBA, NHL, and NFL have all had player strikes before, but there's a major difference. Those leagues were making billions when their players decided to walk out. Meanwhile, Angel Reese is acting like the WNBA is a massive company like Apple, when in reality, it's more like a small food truck that's just barely covering its costs and still handing out free samples.
Catch when you're going to go on strike. In 1994, MLB, NBA, NFL, what's the number one revenue sport in America? What do you think it is? The NFL. How much do you think they make? $17 billion. The NBA, a little over $11 billion. The MLB, also $11 billion. The NHL, $7 billion.
Patrick didn't hold back. He explained that the WNBA loses about $50 million every year. That's not a sustainable business. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Meanwhile, the NFL brings in around $17 billion a year, and the NBA and MLB each make about $10 billion. The WNBA, they're struggling to reach $150 million and still can't turn a profit. It's like trying to run a luxury spa with only 2 customers and the budget of a lemonade stand.
A alleged $150 to $200 million company. You're operating at a loss every single year. You've never made money. It's called a zombie company. You're subsidized.
This isn't a new problem. The WNBA has been losing money ever since it started back in 1997. That's over 25 years of running in the red. You'd think all the excitement around Caitlin Clark would finally help them turn a profit. But even with record-breaking ratings and packed arenas, the losses are still piling up. Honestly, the league probably would have shut down years ago if it wasn't being kept alive by its much wealthier partner, the NBA.
Question for you, Vinny. Real quick, rapid fire.
Go.
WNBA stats. Here we go. You're a sports guy. How many teams are in the WNBA?
9?
No, 13. How many games do they play?
80?
40.
Damn it.
Who won the championship this year and who played in the finals?
The Florida Magics.
Nope, the New York Liberty beat the Minnesota Lynx.
Who?
Who exactly?
Part of the problem is scale. The WNBA only has 12 teams. Each plays 40 games a season. Expansion will start in the 2025 season with the new Golden State Valkyries, but that's still a far cry from the NBA's 30 teams and 82-game schedule. Less invent, less ticket, revenue, less TV money. It's basic math. Unless you're Angel Reese or Dee Carrington, apparently.
The MVP. She was unanimous. She got all the votes.
Dylan Mulvaney.
Yes.
Yes.
Aja Wilson.
Oh.
You just failed the test,
I'm
buddy.
sorry.
WNBA's coming.
When it comes to revenue sharing, NBA players get 50% of the league's earnings, while WNBA players get just 99.3%. It might sound unfair at first, but when you consider that the league is still losing money, you realize there just isn't enough revenue to go around. And let's not even get started on the attendance difference. Caitlin Clark's Fever games are packed, while the crowds at Angel Reese's games? Spoiler alert, they're a lot emptier.
Yes, it is unrivaled. It is also unwatched. Look, let's be honest. We can sugarcoat it all you want, but if you don't have Caitlin Clark playing women's basketball, or if you're not the NCAA tournament playing women's basketball, you got nothing. Zero zip.
No one's saying WNBA players don't deserve respect or recognition, but asking for more money from a league that's struggling financially? That's not brave. It's unrealistic, especially coming from someone like Angel Reese, who's barely been in the league for a minute and already acting like she's leading negotiations. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark is doing what she does best, breaking records, making plays, and building a legacy, all without throwing tantrums or threatening to sit out. She lets her game speak for itself, while Angel's still trying to figure out how to make a layup without going viral for the wrong reasons. So, next time Angel talks about sitting out, maybe someone should remind her that fans are already sitting out of her games.
I'm not huge on comparing the WNBA to the NBA. I don't really think that's fair. Obviously, I think where the WNBA is right now is pretty incredible. I think a lot of people, or most people, would not believe it's in the place that it is right now. So I think when people always ask me this question, where I think it'll be in 5 years, is it's hard for me to answer because people didn't even think we'd be right here, right now. And I think really sky's the limit. I think when you see, our TV numbers when we're on, national television, we're averaging over 1 million viewers or whatever it is. The All-Star game, I think, was over 4 million viewers. It's just really great numbers. So the more opportunities we're given, I think the more it's going to shine and get better and better. I think also the talent level in college is continuing to get a lot better, and as those players come into the league, and it's going to continue to improve. We're adding 2 new teams next year, and then probably another team year after that.
Some more games.
Yeah, more games, which I think will be good. It'll lengthen the season a little bit.
To make things even more interesting, there's rising tension between WNBA and NBA stars. Remember the back and forth between Lisa Leslie and Draymond Green? Draymond suggested that WNBA players should focus on growing the game before asking for bigger paychecks. The response was filled with outrage, but maybe, just maybe, he had a point.